Hi, I'm Jay White. I'm the incoming president of the Commercial Industrial Realty Council of Delaware. We're here today. We're back in our typical abode, which is the DuPont Country Club. We're finally back in in-person meetings, taking the proper precautions. This upcoming year, we're looking to grow our membership and get more people out networking and seeing one another. The marketplace is extremely agile right now and very active in the commercial real estate world. So we're looking to have about 100 people here today. And we're going to have some speakers from Longwood Gardens talking about their $250 million renovation and expansion.
My name's Bobby Vandenbrack. I'm from Bayshore Transportation. Really love CIRC and the monthly gatherings. It's really a group of everyone that I could potentially do business with or that could help my network. Great to be back in person. I like the Zooms, but sick of staring into Rob Stenta's kitchen. So happy to be back and around people again.
I'm Mike Vanderslice with Environmental Alliance, and we do environmental consulting and engineering, and CIRC is important to us because we make a lot of centers of influence connections here with folks in different industries, and also a lot of our end user clients are here as well. So it's a great organization to catch up on what's happening in the real estate industry for industrial, for commercial. Sometimes there's some residential brokers here too, with some apartments, so it's a huge opportunity for us to see what's going on in the industry, learn, grow, and achieve.
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Paul Bryant. I'm a member of CRC, and I am the owner of Agape Realty Advisors. I've been a member of CRC and the commercial real estate industry for about 35 years now. CRC means a ton to me, in as much as it's good for the camaraderie, it's good for fellow vendors and service providers in the industry. We get together often, have great speakers, great leadership in CRC. So it's been a blessing to me, and I look forward to my continued membership.
In May, we had the annual elections, and Jay White was elected as our new president. So, with that, I would like to welcome Jay to come up and start a new era.
It's been arduous for a lot of us to try to adapt and overcome, but we've all done it. And if you don't have if you're not busy in commercial real estate right now, you probably don't have a pulse. So first of all, I want to go ahead and recognize some of the other board members that are here today. They're sitting at the head table. First, without ado, I want to have a really big thanks and kudos to the former president, Rob Stenta of CIRC, for his, yes, thank you, Rob. Rob really persevered in this environment of this uncertainty and still led the ship. His diligence, dedication, and perseverance of continuing to run CIRC in a pandemic and keep membership together was very much appreciated. So thank you, Rob.
Program chair, Janet asked who would like to come up, because Ryan Kennedy, who I thank you so much for stepping up to help me, is my co-chair. And Ryan said, well, I probably wouldn't even be tall enough to reach the podium. October 12th is on a Tuesday. We'll be coming back here for our luncheon. The speaker will be Logan Herron. He's the CEO of WRK Group, which stands for the Warehouse, Reach Riverside, and Kingswood Community Center. We'll be speaking on how commercial real estate is playing a pivotal role in empowering the community.
Today we're going to learn a little bit more about the Longwood Reimagined project, the latest exciting new development at the already beautiful grounds. On behalf of Bayshore, I do need to thank the guys at Bancroft and the team at Longwood for being so great to work with and inviting us to play a small role in this great project. It was an honor to work with their amazing staff and be a part of the transportation and storage of the Longwood Library and Archives. This gave us a chance to utilize our talented project leaders and our state-of-the-art fine art storage facility. Today we're going to hear from Tony Ingram of Bancroft. Tony is currently serving as the Senior Project Manager for the Bancroft construction on the historic Longwood Reimagined project. But first we're going to hear from Marnie Connolly. Marnie is the Chief Marketing Development Officer at Longwood and is responsible for all aspects of external relations, including a newly formed development office with philanthropic goals.
So I wanted to just say thank you for your support. Without the support of our community, Longwood wouldn't be the special place that it is. So while I'll focus on the capital project, it really starts with our mission and our founder, Mr. Pierre S. DuPont, and that's all that was done before us. He was a visionary industrialist and a philanthropist, and he built a garden which was so fascinating in the time when people were building grand estates, and they were building walls and gates, and no one could get in but those that paid for those homes and for their friends and family. But what he did was the exact opposite. He built what we call a humble country estate. His home was the Pierce DuPont house, if you've been to Longwood. And he wanted it to be open and welcoming. He didn't build big gates or big walls. In fact, we have so many entrances that we've had security teams roaming our property for many years. And he said, someday I'll have a garden that's open every day of the year, a place of instruction, a place for great entertainment. He was fascinated by water. He was fascinated by how things worked. He was an engineer, he was a chemist. He loved music. He sought out these great pleasures, and one of his greatest pleasures was going throughout Europe with his wife, Alice DuPont, and friends to visit gardens and to get inspired and bring those gardens back to us, and lucky us. The interesting thing about us is that we have 1,100 acres in total. A lot of people don't realize that, but only about 450 are on view for our guests. So you'll hear a little bit more on how we're trying to unpack that and really look at our natural lands and expand that 450 acres so that our guests can see more of what we have. Longwood experience is dynamic, ever-changing, but really what it meant to be was a moment to step back and to pause and to reflect, to reconnect, whether ourselves or with those that we love, to really trust our senses, to maybe breathe, because we don't do that enough, and to let the sights and sounds really take you away. There's not one single element of Longwood that connotes all of that. It's everything that contributes to that greater whole. Everything you might not always see. Our mission programming, our research, our breeding, our horticultural training, our plant exploration is invisible to our guests, essentially, but that provides the backbone of our beauty, and I want you to remember that because this project is also about bringing that forward.
Tony Ingram with Bancroft Construction. I have the honor to been working on this project with the Longwood team since 2018 and working at and with everyone at Longwood since 2013. So I've really gotten to know everybody there and certainly feel like a team member. The last 2 years really figuring out how we're going to organize the project once we got into the field, whether it be by component of the project, the office building of the conservatory, or by major trades. And so we put together a system here that kind of has our project management team by systems, whether it be mechanical, electrical, plumbing, architectural, and then a field representative from Bancroft, a Weissman Ferretti, and a Longwood project manager overseeing each area. So it gives us some good internal checks and balances as well as streamlines the management process. The impact to the community, Marnie touched on it, but we're looking to support of close to 5,000 jobs over the next 3 years. We're projecting peaking at about 300 workers on site per day, probably for about a year of the 36 months or so. And as well as just to highlight the local economic benefits, both temporary and long term. We've got design team that's spread throughout, so there'll be more visitation at hotels and the restaurants around the area, local hotel nearby. So really just doing everything to make sure we boost the local economy as well.